Okay, hey man.
Sure.
This is a great start.
What's up?
Have you ever heard of a?
Oh, what's up?
Nothing much. Have you ever heard of? Stop that. Are we sponsored? You can't. Don't let that label. Don't show the label. Don't. No labels here.
Anyway.
Yeah. So, have you ever heard of Frane Frano? I've heard three pronunciations: Frane, Frano, Frano.
Okay.
Salak.
Salak?
Yeah.
Frane?
We'll call him Frane Selak.
Okay. Frane Selak.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Frane Selak?
Nope.
So this guy is a music teacher in Croatia. That's all I got on him.
Oh, cool. You're just naming staff members at different schools. You ever heard of Scott Cook? He's a superintendent of Mount Vernon, Missouri School District.
Yeah, that's all we got on him. No, this guy is famous.
Oh, I've got a lot on Scott Cook.
Watch out.
Yeah, I've got stuff. I could take him down. Okay, so he's in a hay bale.
Yeah, so he
gets eaten by a horse. It's crazy. If you see an interview with me on the front yard because I just won the lottery, know that everything I say is going to be so much crap. It's all made up. I was really disappointed when I went to the midnight premiere of How to Train Your Dragon. Things I learned last night.
I think the best way to start looking at the life of Frane Selak is by looking at a handful of photos I have of him.
Oh no.
Here's Frane Selak with a bunch of lottery tickets he bought once. Here's Frane Selak in front of some altar. Here's Frane Selak.
They have nothing to do with each other.
Here he is fishing.
I hate you.
Here he is right here cracking a joke while fishing. Oh. Here he is worshiping God while fishing.
Oh no.
And then here he is falling out of an airplane. I don't know if this last one's a picture of him or not.
That's him cracking a joke falling out of the airplane. That's him. What?
Let me go back to the altar one.
Stop. What? No. Go back to the airplane. What? So he's old. He survived this.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to look at, this is the story of the luckiest, or depending on your perspective, the unluckiest man to ever live.
Is that why he bought a bunch of lottery tickets?
Yeah. His name's Frane Selak.
And that's why he goes fishing a lot.
I'm so lucky.
I'm so lucky.
Yeah, that's actually what he said right here.
I'm so lucky. Okay.
I love these pictures so much. If you're listening, just go look for them. They're fun.
Just go look for them.
They're so fun.
Okay.
So Frane Selak, he's a Croatian man.
Sure.
Born in 1929. And he's had a few brushes with...
Here he is falling out of an airplane. I hate you so much. Okay.
He's had a few run-ins with death. Brushes with death. Run-ins with death. Yeah. Throughout his life. And let's just take a look at him.
Is he still alive?
No.
I was gonna say it's like 100.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them caught on.
Shoot. Okay.
So it begins. His story begins when he was 31 years old. Nothing before that was that interesting.
Okay. So 1960.
Well, actually, no. 33 years old.
Okay, 1963.
62.
Okay.
1962. January 1962. It was a cold, rainy day in Croatia. And he's running a train. And the train, there was a malfunction with the tracks.
He's running a train?
He's riding in a train.
Oh, okay.
Not running a train. No, riding in a train,
sure.
Like on a trip going somewhere. People used to do that. People used to ride trains like we ride planes.
I actually do think about that pretty often, actually.
Yeah, that sounds...
When I'm in airports, I think about how one day this will be like a weird... Because they'll figure out teleportation or some crap.
Yeah, it'll be like a quaint way to travel.
Yeah.
It would be like take the northeastern plane ride.
Oh, we should go. Yeah, I mean, the views are incredible.
See the sky.
You know.
Yeah.
Be like, I don't want to see the sky. I want to see the metaverse or whatever. Like, I don't know what do you think will happen when you get teleported?
You see the
you just see like all the ones and zeros,
all the ones and zeros,
and then like you just end up somewhere.
Yeah, feel yourself dematerialize, and
that's what I'm saying. It'd be weird. Anyway,
yeah, elsewhere.
But I when I'm in airports, sometimes I think like, oh, this is weird.
Yeah, I can't imagine a more miserable existence than anything before ours.
Jeez. Okay.
Except for maybe my existence.
Sure. So he's on a train ride.
Yeah, so he's riding a
where?
train. I don't know, somewhere
Doesn't
across.
matter.
Yeah, somewhere across Croatia.
Okay.
And it's raining. He's in like a canyon, and there was a malfunction in the tracks, and so the train derailed, flew off the tracks, and down the canyon into a river below that was frozen, and this killed 17 people on board.
Oh no!
But he somehow managed to swim to shore with a broken arm and survive the event.
Wow.
So a very harrowing experience.
Sure.
For anybody. So he said, you know what? Not too interested in trains no more. So he stopped really traveling. Like he wasn't much of a, he's like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not being
not doing the trains.
Not doing the trains. So next year, his mother
Have you ever been on a train ride?
Not like a long train ride.
Okay.
Like I've done like Pikes Peak in Colorado.
Yeah.
They've got a train that goes up the mountain. I've done that. And then I've done like light rails and stuff like that.
There's
like
a
the monorail.
There's a Christmas train in Branson, or at least there was.
Oh yeah, I've done the train in
the Christmas Express.
Yeah, not that one. I've done the one at Silver Dollar City, the one that also just derailed.
Oh, yeah. I think everyone's fine.
Yeah, probably.
I didn't see the final numbers.
Yeah, so he doesn't ride trains anymore. He was like, I'm done with trains. That was a rough experience.
Yeah.
And so the next year, his mom.
I was disappointed. I love trains. I don't know if people know this. Do you know that I love trains?
I mean, you seem annoyed every time a train drives by. So
I get annoyed. No. I get annoyed that we rent at a building to do podcasting where trains are near. And we were told that they were not as often as they absolutely are.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's what I get annoyed by. I do
fair.
love trains. I don't know. Whenever we're out in the parking lot and one side, do you not see me?
I guess, yeah, I've seen you like
longingly gaze.
Yeah, your eyes get this weird twinkle in them that I've never seen before.
Yeah. And I just, I love trains. I really do. Yeah. I was really disappointed when I went to the midnight premiere of How to Train Your Dragon. I was like, this is going to be a train movie.
What are they going to turn dragons into trains? That's so sick. Dragons and trains?
Oh, that's brilliant. That was a lot for that stupid joke, just so you know.
Wait, so do you really like trains?
Oh, I do. I love trains. Yeah, we had model train sets when I was growing up.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, you should see me at Disney whenever, like at Epcot, they've got a big model train set area. And like, there's plenty of if at Union Station, if I go to that model train room, I could spend hours in that model train room.
I mean, I like that stuff too. Maybe we should go together.
Yeah,
I've been looking for things for us.
Let's wait till we're old. You know, it's cute when old men go do like.
Let's just wear gray mustaches.
That's fine. Yeah, we should dress old. Let's dress old.
Let's dress old.
Let's dress like old men and go do old man things.
Do old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go play bingo and. I don't know.
You think I'm joking, bro?
Vote.
Let's go take a bus tour that stops at every Cracker Barrel in the country. All right, I'm serious. I used to do Sunday chicken. I'd go to every Sunday. I would go get that fried chicken at Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
Now they've got it every day. I can go any day I want.
Yeah.
And Sunday, that used to be one of my Sunday traditions. After church, I would go to Cracker Barrel.
Is that where Evangel got it?
Cracker Barrel?
No, Sunday chicken. They did fried chicken every Sunday too.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, it was a thing that honestly was hard for me to break that craving after college. Like it was legitimately
I don't know, but
tough.
Cracker Barrel for a while, you could only get this chicken on Sundays.
Interesting.
And then it's still called the Sunday chicken. Now you can get it any day.
Yeah.
But you can also get beer there now, and a lot of people are upset about that.
That's very interesting.
The old people are like, Literally, we went to Cracker Barrel when I was in Utah, and there was a table next to us, and I heard the lady complain, why do they got to put it on the cover of the menu? You know, why do they got to put it like it's just everywhere? It's just advertisements for alcohol.
Gosh.
And I was like, really?
It's so hard to know things you don't like.
Shut up, lady. Okay. First of all,
why do you have to put your face on the cover of your face?
Get a life, all right? Let us enjoy Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, us alcoholics have been wanting Cracker Barrel for a while. Oh, he's asleep, ma'am. That guy's asleep.
I love trains. I love them. So anyway, I do love trains. That wasn't a joke.
Okay, cool.
Hey, thanks for being here for this episode of Things I Learned Last Night. If you like this and you want to check out other episodes, please go through our back catalog. There's literally like 100 and something episodes you can go check out. One of my favorites is Stanley Meyer, a guy who allegedly invented a water-powered vehicle and then took that invention everywhere and then mysteriously died. So we go through the whole theories of what could have happened to him or like why his idea was plausible, not plausible. Really great episode. But other than that, thank you so much for being here and checking out this one.
So he stopped riding trains.
He hated trains.
He hated them. Not like you. He hated them. A year later,
maybe I hate him so much. I love him.
I hate trains so much I can't help but love them.
Oh yeah. Anyway, okay. So
his mom got sick. A year later, he's like, I need to go see my mother.
I got to hike.
I can't ride a train. So he goes to the airport to try to get a last minute flight. Every flight's booked up.
So his mom is sick?
His mom's sick. And so, but every flight's booked up. This is early airports. And so.
This is the 60s?
Yeah, early 60s.
Okay.
And so he ends up being able to talk his way into a flight because the airline had sympathy on him. They said, well, you can sit back in the back with the stewardess with her little fold down chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can ride
sit on her lap.
You have to tell her what you want for Christmas, though.
Yeah. He's like, oh, okay.
The airline guy's sitting there typing. He's like, well, actually.
Yeah. And he's not a small fella.
Is there something you want for Christmas? And he's like, then I think we've got a flight for you.
So he sits on this little fold-down chair.
Yeah, he's sitting on this fold-down chair. And he recounts the trip in an interview.
They made him serve beverages, too. They were like, why don't you go down the...
Yeah. They're like, how would you like to make 757?
He's like, okay.
So he said, he recounts this in an interview. He said that the flight was his first flight he's
That's
ever
better
taken.
than making him ride in the bathroom the whole time.
There's one more seat, but you're not going to like it.
You're not going to like it. The whole flight, someone opens the door. He's like, I'm sorry.
Sorry, yeah, let me just step to the side. I won't look, I promise.
He's like waiting. He hands him a paper towel. They tip him. He's the bathroom attendant.
Would you like a mint, sir?
Okay, yeah, thank you. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I feel like if you get stuck in like the back seat or right next to or across from the bathroom on an airplane, you should just like go in, grab a bunch of paper towels and start doing that.
And wait. Yeah.
You know that
That's pretty close to
at
it.
the piano bar in Power and Light, there's a guy who is a bathroom attendant.
Yeah.
And,
I didn't know that was still a thing.
well, I think he just finagled his way into that.
Like he doesn't work there. Like he just hangs out there.
I can't tell, honestly. I've only been a few times, but I can't tell.
I mean, it's the gig economy.
And when you
There's
tip
an app
him,
for that.
He goes, "Thank you, man."
He's
None
so
of these people
excited.
realize I'm trying to make a living in here, which makes me think he doesn't work there. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I've seen him every time I go. He's there. I'm so serious, dude. We should dress like old men and go to the piano bar and see if he's there. The old men thing is not really important.
That's just how you end your day.
Not even relevant to the decision.
But it'd make it more
but
fun.
it's part of it, you know? Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So he's on
he's on the flight. He's on the flight. He recounts his first flight he's ever taken in his life. And he said it was a really smooth flight, really good flight experience.
This is the first flight he's ever taken in his life.
Yeah. He said it was a really great experience.
No.
He said until the end, near the end of the flight, he said all of a sudden we hit some turbulence and the plane dropped a bunch of feet, like one of those vertical drops. And then the rear exit door just blew off and sucked him and the flight attendant out the plane. And so he's just flipping through the air. And
at what altitude?
I don't know. I don't have a record of what altitude he was at. But he flew from the plane. The plane ended up crashing and killed everybody. Flight attendant dies. But he lands on a hay bale that cushioned his fall enough. He broke a few bones, but he survived because he landed in the freaking hay bale. Isn't that insane?
The plane crashes?
The plane crashes. So it had that loss of it, dropped
pressure.
altitude, lost cabin pressure, and then it crashed. And then him and the flight attendant got sucked out. Flight attendant didn't land in the hay bale. She missed the hay bale. She just landed bare ground. He landed hay bale and cushioned him just enough.
They landed close to each other?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
But she didn't make it.
He was the only one.
He's
in the
the only person who survives this thing.
Yeah, because he landed in this hay bale.
You're really on the hay bale.
That's the part that's so excited about me.
So many times.
I like that part of the story a lot. We have the picture of it. There he is falling from a plane.
Oh,
I think this is a reenactment.
the remake for sure. That's a dummy. That's not even a person. I don't know if you can tell. It's either a dummy or it's Voldemort. You can see it's like a face right there. And that's not a real picture of him falling. This is a reenactment as well.
They're definitely both reenactments.
Holy cow.
Yeah, so definitely a scary experience. 3 years later.
He gets out of the hay bale, wakes up, and there's a girl standing over him with maggots in her arm.
And she's like, welcome.
And she goes, "Are you my mom?"
I don't believe you. Show me your toes. Let me see your toes.
I didn't like the joke. I was going the duck route of where the duck is asking everything if it's his mom. That classic children's book.
Oh, no.
I
was going Julia Kopke looking for her mom.
I mean, it was the
same
implied joke.
Yeah.
It was just a little too dark for our flavor, so I was trying to. I was trying to be like, oh, here's a dark joke, and also it's about a duck. You know.
Well,
And you were like, yeah, her mom died. It's like, okay, but we didn't gotta. Yeah. Okay, so he's in a hay bale.
Yeah. So he
gets eaten by a horse. It's crazy.
It's weird hay.
Yeah.
The horse told interviewers.
That's where his luck ran out.
Hay.
That's where his luck ran out.
All right, so 3 years later, he's like, planes, trains, not a fan of either of them. Buses, I got to travel. I'm riding a bus.
No way.
3 years later, 1966, he was riding a bus. And
1966?
Yeah.
Croatia?
Yes.
Okay.
He's riding a bus. And this is, I want to acknowledge something for a second.
He's riding a bus. Keanu Reeves gets on, right? And then someone on the bus says, this bus can't drop below 55 miles an hour or it'll explode, right? So now this is the plot of the movie Speed.
I know.
And so just want to make sure you're on the same page. Yeah. They have a happy ending.
Real quick.
Yes.
What's the past tense of the word skid?
Scud. I think it's skid.
That's what I would have thought.
Yeah, he's skid.
Or scoot.
Nope, it's skid.
Scooted.
It's skid.
Yeah, I would have thought skid.
And I skid across the thing.
I would have thought skid, yeah. I looked it up.
I
looked it up. It's skidded, which is stupid.
Which that's dumb.
But here, I want to acknowledge something. Every account of this story I've been able to find, and I looked at dozens because I was curious about this, use the same phrase here, and they use the word skidded, which I feel like is evidence that the internet is full of plagiarism.
Oh,
and
for
I just
sure.
want to acknowledge that for a second.
Yeah.
Skidded is a weird word.
Yeah, you think the AI is original? The whole internet's made up.
But anyways, he was riding a bus, and the bus skidded off the road. It was winter, and it was
Bro, if I ever saw this guy
ice.
get anywhere near anything I was doing.
And it was on a bridge. And so it flew off into a river.
Another river?
Yeah, another river. 4 passengers drowned. He was one of a group that was able to get out of the bus and swim to shore and survive. And he escaped that one with only a few cuts and bruises.
What?
So
really though, this is less of this is more of an indictment of the Croatia public transportation systems. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I guess, yeah, like that's 3 different transport vehicles in Croatia that were failing on this guy.
What do you do?
You swim to shore.
Well, I mean, like, what do you do after you've tried?
Oh, well, now he's like, none of that's working. I'm just going to drive everywhere. He drives himself now.
Okay.
And so in 1970, his car catches fire while he's driving, manages to dive from the vehicle before it explodes.
Dude, you think at this point God's got to be like, seriously?
I've been trying.
I've tried to take you out 4 times.
It's been almost 10 years. 3 years later, on another driving incident, he was driving, and what happened here was a fuel pump malfunctioned in his car, and this time, instead of like when a car fire happens and the engine catches on fire, it caught fire internally and blew fire out of the
air vents.
The air vents, yeah. So that time was a little worse. He got some pretty decent burns, but he was again able to dive out of the vehicle and survive that one.
Yo, let me turn the heat on. Dude, my fiance would love that feature. Yeah. Wintertime, she'd be like, yeah, just turn the flames on, please. That'd be great.
It's all just like a bunch of little fireplaces.
Dang it, the pilot light went out. Wow.
Yeah, they crickle like fireplaces.
You turn it down. You put stockings over
so
it.
Clean. Little mini stockings over every vent in your car.
Yeah. In the summertime, it's just a fire hose. Just, drenched.
Yeah, but I'm cool.
But I feel great.
Yeah, I'm not hot. That's for
you
sure.
show to a meeting soaking wet.
It's like, oh, is it hot outside? Yeah.
Yo, well, it is. Wow.
Hey, thanks for checking out this episode. If you're enjoying it, make sure you subscribe. And while you're at it, leave a comment if you're watching on YouTube, or if you're listening, leave a review. That stuff really helps a lot. It really boosts us in the algorithms and makes sure a lot more people get to see what we're doing. And so we appreciate that a ton. Leave that comment, leave that review, and we'll see you in the next episode. And then he had a stroke of luck.
This is all 15 years.
Yeah. He had a stroke of luck and didn't have a run-in with death until 1995. So about, what is that? Almost 30 years of peace.
20 years apiece.
Yeah, 20 years of peace. Thank you. He had about 20 years of peace. But then he got hit by a bus. Survived that with only minor injuries.
In 95?
In 95, got hit by a bus.
A bus skidded toward him. How did he get hit by a bus? What was he doing?
He was crossing the street. The bus.
Well, yeah, I hope he was crossing the street, dude. I hope. I'm saying were other people? Did the bus go out of control? Did the bus?
Well, this was 95.
Him?
This was actually Keanu Reeves' bus this time.
That makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. I can't slow down.
I love that movie so much. I watched the behind the scenes, and so just so you know how they did it, and
I know exactly how they did it.
How did they do it?
There was another seat on top that was the driver, and he was green screened out.
Yeah,
isn't that cool?
It is. It is cool.
Glad I could teach you that.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I hope that he was crossing the street and not just in his living room. He gets hit by a bus in his living room. There he is. Price is Right on the TV. He's guessing every single price correctly.
He's just nailing it.
And it's luck.
He's like, honey, you're not gonna believe.
You're not gonna believe this.
You're not gonna believe it. Come in here. Look how good I'm doing.
Crashes into his living room. All right. He narrowly escapes. Everyone on the bus drowns somehow.
Yeah, because his basement was flooded. They all fell into the basement. But he didn't know it was flooding.
He didn't know it was flooding. He's like, oh, dang.
And so he swam to shore.
I'm glad that bus crashed into my house so I would know my basement was flooded.
Someone put a fan down there.
Wow. A dehumidifier. He's got a dehumidifier to try to... What is happening? So he was crossing the street. Some people are gonna I guarantee someone's gonna get mad right now. They're gonna be like, they're joking about these people in the bus drowning in his basement. It's a made up story. If you're mad right now, chill. All right, like this is.
There's no basement.
Yeah. Okay.
So he survived that. A year later, 1996.
Are you joking?
No. He was driving on a mountain pass around one of those like curvy roads in the mountains. Came around the corner. There's a United Nations semi-truck that he had to swerve out of the way to miss, and swerved and hit the guardrail and busted through the guardrail. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so he got ejected, and he hit a tree and got caught in a tree on the cliffside. But it was a 300-foot drop. His car flew down and exploded on impact. He survived, was stuck in that tree for a few hours until someone came and got him. That's probably the scariest one.
What?
That or the airplane. Yeah.
So the moral of the airplane and this car story is don't wear seatbelts. Because in the plane, he gets ejected, right? Everyone who wore a seatbelt went down with that plane.
Yeah, you're right.
The car.
Yeah. Wasn't wearing a seatbelt, got ejected.
And he lands in a tree like a cartoon character is running too fast and hits a pole.
Yeah.
You know?
Just catches onto that tree and dangles there. Yeah. So, yeah, that's crazy.
After a bus hit him in his living room. That's crazy.
I'd never go to my living room again.
You're like, you gotta go through your living room to get to the kitchen. Every morning. You come down your hallway, bathrobe, right? And you stop at the end of the hallway and you look and you sprint.
Well, you got to look both ways.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was the joke, Alex. And so, somehow still gets hit by a bus. Okay, what happened the next year?
Nothing. So for a few years, things were pretty.
You're not gonna believe
normal.
how he died. He got run over by a reindeer.
So a few years later, 2002, a few days after his 73rd birthday.
Great.
He, for the first time in 40 years.
Why did you laugh like that?
I don't know. Why'd you laugh like that?
I don't know. I guess we'll never know.
He was in his living room. For
his Lizzo room.
His Lizzo room. He was in his Lizzo room. For the first time in 40 years, he went and he decided to buy himself a lottery ticket. And he won the jackpot, $1.1 million. At 73 years old. Too old.
Yeah, too old to do anything with it. Yeah. They should have an age limit on that. Oh, you're 73? No, we have to give this to someone with youth and beauty. Sorry. They deserve the riches.
Yeah, sorry, you're too old to appreciate this.
Oh, wait, you've almost died 12 times? I don't know. Let's take it to a special counsel.
Yeah, we're going to have to take this to our boss. So
I'll give you the money, but you need to sign it to me on receipt of death, just in case.
Yeah, just in case you die. He and his fifth wife walked away with $1.1 million.
His fifth wife?
Yeah, they all died in the crashes.
Stop.
No, what happened was he said that this is interesting. He after he won the jackpot, obviously, like he's in the news because he won the lottery.
Sure.
And the news is like asking him all these questions, and they find out this guy almost died 7 times.
Sure.
And so they're talking about all the stories.
Yeah.
And he actually said that happened where it was hard for him to maintain relationships because people were like, well, you're bad karma. You're bad luck. Like, I don't want to be around you because every time you do anything, you almost die. And so he actually talked about how, maybe he had a hard time maintaining his marriages because of his bad luck. He did say, one of his friends said that it was bad enough to where if I had a flight or a train ride or something else booked, and I knew Frane had a ticket, I would cancel my trip. Like, I just wouldn't. If he was going, I'm not going to go.
Yeah. Which means you don't get invited to stuff.
Which is totally fair. I mean, if you know a guy who has been in 7 accidents that are like that severe,
yeah, maybe be a little cautious.
I'm not going to get in a motor vehicle with you.
Sure.
Any kind of motor vehicle.
Yeah. I wouldn't get on an escalator with you.
Hey, have you almost died on an escalator yet?
I'll catch the next one. Like, you get in an elevator, and it's just him, and you reach in and hit the closed door button,
Yeah,
and then
like, you can go.
you reach in.
You're good. I'll wait.
Yeah, I'm gonna be late for a meeting. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a bus hit the elevator. Man, I'm glad I missed that elevator.
Wow.
But he wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so he got ejected.
From the emergency exit thing.
Sorry, where's this elevator's seatbelts at?
We should bring our own seatbelts places.
Yeah,
just the things that don't have. Yeah, no, it's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. I got my seatbelt. Safety first. Yeah, this is something the CDC has been recommending lately.
Okay.
I'm just trying to be safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing my part.
I hate you.
So he with his winnings, he bought 2 houses and a boat. But then in 2010, he gave most of his money away to family and friends, deciding to live a frugal lifestyle. And then in 2016, he died at the age of 87 of natural causes.
Wow. Wow.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of people have rose some red flags about Selak's life because none of this has been verified. Turns out all of this was told of him just sitting by the river fishing. And he's like, I almost died in this river 3 times. Let me tell you the stories.
Wait, so none of this is verified.
Yeah,
he's just made stuff up.
Well, here's the thing.
Was there a plane crash?
So they here's the thing. He won the lottery. He really did win the lottery. He was in the news.
Yeah.
In the interviews.
That's the best time to lie, though. Like if you win the lottery and if you see an interview with me on the front yard, all right, because I just won the lottery, know that everything I say is going to be so much crap. It's all made up.
Yeah. So that's what he did. So he lied. I mean, at least it looks like it, because they can't
verify any
the news
of this
interviewed
stuff.
him. He was on BBC, like all these major news
Yeah.
outlets. They reported on it. Whatever. It goes out. It's the end of the story. And then he just kept doing interviews. He was so excited about the interviews.
He's like, oh, yeah. Did you know, I remembered another way I almost died once.
Yeah.
And
I forgot it because the aliens wiped my brain when they took me.
yeah.
So you know how it is. Abductions.
Yeah, so there was and
yeah, sorry, sometimes I talk like
yeah,
this.
sometimes things happen like that.
If someone else who's been abducted in the room, they can translate it.
Stop.
Yeah, I'll go, and then they said, this is the word of the alien.
I hate you so much. Stop. I'm trying to move on from your heresy right now.
But that only happens if someone's holding a snake. Okay, so no, so someone went and verified it, and they couldn't find any record of this plane crash.
Sure.
Or the train crash.
Or his friends.
Or this guy ever existing.
That
he was
would be
a
crazier.
news character.
They couldn't find any.
Yeah, there was no record of this plane crash or that train crash. It's believable that the bus and the cars, like, you wouldn't find record of it, but the train and the plane, especially, you would think that there would be record of that somewhere, with the fact that it was 17 and 19 people died in each.
Yeah.
17 in the train and 19 in the plane. And those were pretty significant
Numbers.
accidents.
Yeah.
And there's no
He
record.
was at Silver Dollar City, though.
People reported when the train went over, they said, I swear I saw Frane
I saw a
Selak."
Croatian guy around here somewhere.
And he was just waving lottery tickets around.
Yeah. And a fishing pole. He brought it to Silver Dollar
And he
City.
said, you want to hear a joke?
So he possibly just made all this up. Probably.
Yeah, so it kind of, what most people say is there may be some truth to it, but he's embellished a lot of it. Like maybe he got in a couple car accidents, but then he was like, oh, my story's interesting if I got in a plane crash and a train crash and a bus crash twice and like 4 car accidents.
And fire came out of the car.
Yeah. Like it seems like maybe he had a couple of these things happen. But the likelihood of him having all of these things happen is pretty slim.
Yeah.
And also there's no record of it. So I don't know.
Well, there is now.
Yeah.
We've made record of it.
Yeah. It's all a true story. I promise this is all real. There we go. Now it exists. Now it's canon. Now it's canon. Here's the craziest part of the story, though.
Yeah.
If you go to any hay bale in Croatia, any of them,
all right,
and you get really, really, really close to the hay bale, like ear to the bale,
you hear him whisper, "God, please help me! Oh my gosh, I just fell off a plane! Oh no, I just fell off! Oh my gosh, my arm is broken! Please help me! She didn't make it. The stewardess didn't make it. I'm still alive. Please help me! Oh my gosh!" That's what you hear?
Yeah. Yeah. If you wait long enough, eventually he'll bleed out, and then you hear the sound of a fiddle off.
Hey, you made it to the end of the episode. You're probably asleep right now because you let it keep playing. But if you aren't asleep, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you get more videos. And also, if you can't wait for more, we've got plenty of other episodes and highlight clips, just some of our funniest parts, the things we enjoy the most. This show is an absolute blast, and I cannot thank you enough for being here.